little bit about Logickit and its integration to Cova Software. In particular, we're going to talk about categories. Now, right now we're in a pre-launch for this website, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about how do you make sure that your inventories are set correctly, how to update and add a new category into Cova Software so that it would be represented here. Now, Logickit is a very powerful dispensary tool, but there's certainly some limitations. And it's growing and developing. It's a newer software, but it's absolutely phenomenal. So right off the bat, one of the things you need to know is that, remember, we have a number of locations, and within the maps of the locations, so you come in here real quick, remember that you have the location, and then when we hit edit, we're able to go in and assign a map for that location. Once that's saved, remember that when people come to your shop and they update their location, inventory will be limited based upon location. So in our case, we're going to have 9 different locations with their own inventory, and you will use Cova to update those. Remember, you would pull up the inventory and you would do a transfer to move it from our master over into these sub locations. And then as people are checking out and closing out within Logickit, that will close them out in Cova. So that's just a quick reminder. But now let's talk a little bit. Remember, we don't get a ton of options to update our category. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, there's been a mistake made here, and it's something that I learned. So I just want you to know about this right now. The categories listed here are coming from Cova Software. So Cova is where we're going to control this. Now you'll notice in this instance, we learned a lesson here. I had initially called this I created a new category and I named it pre-roll flower joints. And then I added some product to it, and then eventually I changed the name I went in and changed and updated it and called it something different. Well, if you change the name of a category in Cova Software, Logickit as of right now, because of the integration API between Cova and this, don't change category names. So whatever you do, measure twice, cut once when you get categories, but I'm going to show you how to do that. Real quick, when you're in Logickit, when you come to categories, one thing you can do is you can click and drag the categories into their proper area, and what that will do is will change and represent right here the order, right? So the way this works right now is you come in and you can say, let's look at flower. And then you'll have all the categories over here, and everything that's in and categorized will be showing right here. Now we're about to, we've cleaned all this up. We have to do a big kind of reset of this, but let's talk about how you actually do this. So in Logickit, you can change the order of the Logickit site, but that's the only thing you'll control here. Everything else is in Cova Software. So let's get logged into Cova, and once we're logged into Cova, what we're going to do is we're going to find one of these products, and we're going to make sure that it gets changed. So we're going to look at this blue tarantula, the Ganja Gold blue tarantula. So once you get it up here, what you want to do is you're going to go to inventory, or go to catalog and then classification. Okay, catalog and classification. What's weird is in Cova Software, the actual categories are called classifications. Okay, so essentially what we would do here is don't add a category, but if we hit add classification, we would be able to choose a name, and then you'll select a template. Just use the one that everybody else has been doing. So I think we have the flower for California, but right here is where you would actually name and create a classification, which Cova Software classifications are a Logickit category. So once we add it here, we would have a new category. So that's how you add a category. Now, again, like I said, in Logickit, the way the API works, we do not want to change the name of any classifications because it will create a duplicate. It's a little warning. Don't do that, okay? So that's how you create a new classification. But now let's look at how you change the classification. So the way we got here, if you remember, we went inventory, or we went to catalog and we went to classification, and then we were able to pull that up. But now what we're going to do is we're going to go to catalog. We're going to go to my catalog. And the catalog place, this is also where you would update images, change the descriptions, change the price. We're actually going to look at these things. So here in flower, for example, maybe we can even come down and see if there's something that should be changed. What we had done before is we had all of our pre-rolls were marked as flour, and we didn't want that. Now you'll see we need to get images for all of these because they're not all in there. But here, so the Ash and Amber pre-roll Lucky Charms, I know that I don't want this as flour. So let's click on this Ash and Amber. Now we uploaded the photo here real quick. So you have your general, and if I hit edit here under general, I'll be able to change the classification to the pre-rolls. So I'm going to save changes on that. It instantaneously does that. I'd also be able to come in and change the product name. Now in Logickit, you can change the name in Cova, and you won't create any duplicates in Logickit. So you're fine there. It's just these categories are kind of funny in Logickit. So I would hit save there. You can change the general information, the name. You can put short and long descriptions in there. This is where you would put all that. Don't mess with the manufacturer SKUs, supplier SKUs. You'll probably do that on your inventory side. Assets are actually photos, so you would come in and add a photo through there. Product behaviors, we don't mess with that. But availability here is where you would see where are your products, right? And this isn't where you change or update your quantities. This would show us where they are. We can hit that and we can see what package it's associated with. Here's where you'll change your pricing and change everything there. And then marketing, I haven't done much with that, but this would be where you would change that. So that's how you adjust categories within Logickit, categories in Cova, and how all of that works together.